Been here before.
Do something special.
Let's go get him.
Read him right up. I want that ring. Earmuffs.
Roll that shit up.
I love having Patrick Mahomes on my team.
Oh, my God. If your hip touches at 2 feet.
How many times are we going to score in a row?
Keep going. Boom. Fresh legs program.
No joke. I put him on his ass.
Sorry. I love you.
The Green Bay Packers have advanced to the NFC Championship.
I'm trying to tell them. They're going to talk about it for decades. This ain't over.
And welcome everyone to the show That the Pros Watch. I'm James Brown, and when you have a big show on tap, folks, we need a big guest. And we have one of the biggest future Baseball Hall of Famer and a big NFL fan. That will be CC Sabathia, who joins us once again. But first, what did we learn? Hey, I'm going to start off by just saying this. Coming out of this weekend, and actually Steven Espinoza gets credit for it. He says, we don't know as much as we think we know, trying to guess what's going to happen. Save the thought, hey, but look here. Brandon is always very loud on this show, so what's the deal with him today?
Brandon, how you doing?
Talk to us, Brandon.
Hold on. First of all, I lost my voice, okay? So you got to deal with it today.
Really?
But you're going to give Steven Espinoza props?
Absolutely.
Let me tell you what I learned. Steven Espinoza doesn't have a dress code in place for our show. Ray, what are you wearing? What is this?
That looks good, Brandon.
You wish you can
That's
dress
what
like
I
me,
learned.
boy.
And the second thing I learned, I'm going to save my voice. Hey, help
What's
me out
this?
here. Help me out here.
Already?
Yes.
You know what? Today, when we talk to you, just nod yes or no.
Yes.
And it'll be the damn best show
But
you've ever done.
that's what he gets for busting Ray's chops for being where last week? Where was Ray last week?
Hawaii.
Doing what?
Surfing.
Surfing.
Yeah, business going
Man,
on.
I'd love to see him on a surfboard.
You know what?
What?
I'm back.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good comeback.
Brandon, hush for the rest of the day.
Okay.
You don't know nothing about fashion, and we now finally got you quiet.
Here's what he's doing.
Let's go, Phil.
He just said he sent me a card. My thoughts. He says, Phil, thoughts on Ryan Tannehill. Is that what you want? Your writing is awful. But you know what? I'll just say this real quick. It's hard to play quarterback like they ask him to play because you don't get in rhythm when you never get to throw the football. It's like asking a running back, well, we're going to give you 2 carries a game, but we want you to really do well. Or Stephon Curry, hey, you know, we want you to make the threes, but only take 2 a game. But you got to hit them when you take them. So it's really hard to play quarterback that way. He's done a terrific job. Go ahead, Ray.
But I tell you what we learned. You know, guys, sometimes you guys got the brain some things to the building. It's hard being a champion. Y'all want to crown people and say, oh, they doing this, they doing that. But let me tell you something.
Ray, hold tight. They want to see that. Hold that right there.
Yeah,
Ray.
let me show you something.
There you go.
It's
There you
hard going to get that. Then let me tell you what I mean when I say that, right?
Don't deflect.
You watch it. Deflect what?
Don't deflect. 'Cause the
Let him
Ravens
talk. Let him go.
lost.
Let him go.
Man, I've been in this battle so many times, right? And I've come out on the other side as a champion twice. But there's a couple of times that I didn't come out champion. It's the way that division was created. Since me and Eddie George came in 1996, we've been going head and head at each other.
Oh, yeah.
And we had to understand that going into this game, points and field positions are crucial against this team. And I'm telling you, that's what, when you sit back and you say, are you surprised? I'm like, man, that's going to be the toughest game we've ever played.
All right, well, listen, you know, yes, there's decision made by coaches where they got to lay it on the line and we second guess them or say great call either way. But look, I want to here's my main point. If I sat here all year long and talked, oh, the Giants, you know, and we're in meetings in there before the show, the Ravens. Ray all year long has talked about the Ravens. It's a double standard. I want to show you why. Here it is.
Why not start off this way? Can Lamar Jackson, the Baltimore Ravens, punch New England when they came in? And if it comes back through Baltimore, nothing changes.
Wait, here I am on Showtime on Ray Lewis's show.
I'm a Raven for life.
What are you going to take? Suspenseful.
Ooh, hard. Ravens.
Oh, yeah.
The Ravens.
Certain people that walk in the playoffs with their chest high.
That's the killer. Wait, that's the killer. That was it. You get my chest out here.
Sit your butt down somewhere. You know what? Y'all set me up.
No, you set yourself up.
How did I set myself up?
Because you did it all year
I'm sitting there behind the desk with y'all. I'm not on the field. I can't change none of that.
By the way, everything Ray has on is custom. Looks pretty good.
Yes,
from here.
sir. Thank
hey,
you,
folks,
baby.
we will hear much more from Ray on his team's tough Saturday in Baltimore, and that is where we kick off our supersized highlights, the Titans dismantling the Ravens.
Brandon, nod your head. We won't have to hear any more about the Ravens.
We ain't heard no more about the Giants.
The Titans are big underdogs as they face a team that went 14-2 in the regular season. But this isn't the regular season. It's one game in the tournament for a chance to play for the AFC Championship.
Everybody leave everything you got. Bring that passion. Bring that energy. Let's bring it on. Let's go. One word for tonight. Dominate. Dominate everything you do on this field. That's all that needs to be said. Dominate, boys. Let's go.
Lamar Jackson spent the regular season quieting doubters. The Titans waited until the playoffs to start making noise.
Jackson fires down the middle, ball tipped, intercepted, Myers. Myers is run out of bounds near the 50-yard line.
Good stuff.
You got to keep punching, you got to keep tackling, you got to keep fighting, and then you got to make a play.
Tannehill takes the snap. Pressure comes late. Tannehill throws the fade, left side, ball up and caught. Is it inbounds? Yes! Touchdown, Titans! Jonnu Smith tips it to himself. What a play!
What an outstanding play. What trust of Tannehill in his receiver.
On their second possession, the league's best at converting fourth downs took a chance.
The Ravens this year are 17 of 24 on fourth down. Jackson running to the right. He is stacked up and pushed back. I do not know. They're going to have to bring in the chains to take a look. He does not have it. Short! Yes, sir!
Come on, y'all.
First down, Titans. Leading 7-0. A chance to build on that advantage. Play big. Tannehill looking, throwing deep downfield, going for Raymond, who's there. Yes! Touchdown!
Good call, Artie.
Great call by Arthur Smith.
Shot City.
Great throw, great catch.
Hey, come on. This ain't stopping. Let's go.
Hey, 14 points not going to beat us, man. The first 3 drives not going to beat us. Hey, the first 3 drives ain't going to beat us. Let's go.
In 100 years, the NFL hadn't seen anything like Lamar Jackson. But football is still won in the trenches. Tennessee was winning that battle. They knew it, and Jackson seemed to as well. The first drive of the second half confirmed it.
Get on the ball! Get on the ball! Get on the ball!
Hey, it's fourth down, but they're going for it.
No hesitation on fourth and short.
Where's that?
He does not have it.
Oh, yeah!
And for a second time tonight, the Ravens are stopped on 4th and 1. Unbelievable.
They're running submarine on short yardage, so that's we can't get movement. They just grabbing grass.
Hey, man, we gotta find a way to get it right.
We're not going out of our minds, under control, fast, let's go, all right?
Mike Vrabel's Titans are physical, aggressive, and for the most part,
Go, hurry the... Sorry!
unapologetic. They wear down opponents with the seemingly unstoppable Derrick Henry.
Gives it to Henry, hit in the backfield, steps out of a tackle, he's got room, look out.
Keep up. Go right back.
Here comes Marcus Mariota into the lineup. Direct snap, Derrick Henry throws it. Touchdown, Titans! Oh my goodness, that play is from the 1800s. Titans 21, Ravens 6.
The AFC's #1 seed was dominated by the 6th seed.
Titan ball! Blitz coming. Jackson firing. Intercepted Vaccaro!
Stop blocking. Everybody gave up.
And the Ravens' most spectacular regular season in franchise history is going to lead to devastating heartbreak.
Tannehill running the option. Dives in! Touchdown! Titans!
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Whoever y'all see, bro, give the ball to Derrick Henry.
Don't change what we've been doing. We ain't done dancing. We ain't done dancing.
All right, folks, before we get to our Lord Baltimore, we must welcome back to the show one of the Titans of the Mound, a World Series champion, future Baseball Hall of Famer, and a Raiders fan, pitching great CC Sabathia.
Thank you.
Hey, you heard in the previous segment where Ray said he wasn't shocked that Baltimore went down. You played tight end in high school. You know the game. Were you shocked?
Yeah, I was shocked. I mean, especially the way they rolled through the regular season this year. Lamar Jackson rolling MVP. Mark Ingram, the way they played. I mean, I thought that they were going to roll through the playoffs and, be able to go through.
What didn't you see from the Ravens with your eye? What was missing?
Just the things that they did all year. Going for it on fourth down, getting those runs, those, Lamar Jackson being explosive. Just the overall great, fun experience that you had watching Baltimore. I feel like we didn't get that this week.
And Tennessee kind of
took that from us.
Big credit for that.
Let me ask you a fan question, because you were sitting at home, sitting on your couch watching the TV.
Oh, yeah.
When they were going for it on 4th and 1, what were you saying? Go or no?
I was saying go because that's what they do. They always do that. I mean, in the analytics, you stick with that. You stick with what you go with all year. And I felt like, they've done a good job all year. It just didn't happen that one day.
But I give a lot of credit. You had to sit there and kind of go, oh, my gosh. The Baltimore Ravens history. To watch Tennessee run the football the way they did, to block them down the field, because Baltimore has nothing but meat wagons up front.
Yeah.
And they moved them out of there. And Derrick Henry, he's like you, pitching the game. He pitched a shutout. Wherever he hit the corner, he hit the right spot every single time. It was remarkable to watch.
Oh my gosh, I've been in these games so many times, and I'm realizing that the only thing that's going to change in this game, honestly, is who controls the offensive line and the defensive line on both sides. I'm talking about historically, that's the way it's always been. If you think about this game, CC, just think about how it went, right? You got 3 short fields. You gave Tennessee 3 short fields. So when you say you're shocked, you can't be shocked when you give them 3 short fields and they got 21 points off 3 short fields.
I got another question. I got another question for you. Did you think the Baltimore Ravens panicked and got away from who they were on the offensive side?
Yeah, I mean, but that tends to happen when you can't, get going early in the game. So you tend to start doing things and trying to force a little different things, and you kind of get away from your offensive plan.
Well, wait, do you give up? Do you give up on your fastball after the first inning?
Well, I'm old now. Not me when I was younger, yeah. But I was going to ask you about Lamar Jackson. That's 2 playoff appearances now where he hasn't played well. As a quarterback, as a pitcher, for me, if I didn't pitch well in the playoffs twice, now I'm thinking about it. Is that something that, as quarterbacking, is the same way?
Yes, it's 2 games in a row. He played with 2 different offenses, really, last year compared to this year. And what really helps him, where he can get over the hump if he gets back in there and keep his nerves out of being part of the game, the fact that he can run. And when you can run, that kind of gets you in the flow of the game, and you're part of it, and you feel good. When you're a drop-back passer, got to make the right decision, got to make the right throw. That's tough.
Has he not shown what he improved from year 1 to year 2, and that he won't learn from this as well?
He's shown way more than that. He has shown that he is here to stay. That's why we're talking about the Joe Burrows in college right now, because of what they can do with the football outside of the pocket to extend plays. That's what one of Lamar's greatest gifts is. It's what makes Russell Wilson so good, right? They can extend plays, and this kid just has a dynamic side to him that I think takes him over the edge.
He threw it better this year, much better than he did last year. Let's see, you know, that's right. He threw 36 touchdowns this year.
Please.
And he's going to get better throwing the football as time goes along. We saw that. All NFL quarterbacks do that. You learn how to control the ball, just like you did in baseball. You know, you learn as time goes along.
But let me give Mike Vrabel some credit. I know we spent a lot of time talking Baltimore. Mike Vrabel, great chess player. And, in fact, were there managers that you played for, like the Tennessee Titans, are playing mean, tough football for Mike Vrabel? Were there coaches that you went out and displayed that?
Yeah, I mean, we had a manager, Eric Wedge, in Cleveland. He was a hard-nosed guy, and we kind of just resembled that. You know, we would have meetings in spring training about how he wanted us to play, and we would go out and play that way. And
Lou Piniella.
Lou Pinella's the same way. Jim Leland's kind of the same way. So it feels like Tennessee's kind of taking on that attitude where they go out and play like linebackers.
You know, Mike Vrabel is going to watch this segment and go, see? They have not given us enough respect. They don't like what he does to the cameras all the time. They're not here for us. They're here for the other team. I mean, he plays that card very well.
It well. We will talk about Mike Vrabel, but I want to give him some credit right here as well. Hey, folks, back to the highlights, and we stay on the AFC side of the bracket. The astonishing, fast-started, and even more explosive response that was the Houston Texans at the Kansas City Chiefs.
You know, CC, we just tell Brandon to go home. You did a great job.
You need to stay on set the rest of the day.
We got an opportunity today. An opportunity that you earned. An opportunity that you deserve. An opportunity that's been a long time in the making. Yes, sir. Now it's up to us. Yes, sir. Every play, every rep, everything you got, you put it on the line for your brother.
The Chiefs are at home in the divisional playoff game, and at the end of December, some thought this wouldn't be possible. Well, this crowd is ready to go.
The Chiefs are the highest remaining seed. The winner of today's game will host the AFC Championship.
It's that playoff atmosphere right here, boy. It's crazy.
First strategic move of the day. Bill O'Brien wins the toss and wants the ball.
This time all year they didn't get through.
Houston took the ball and control of the game.
3rd down and 1. Here's the snap from Martin. Wants it to throw. Airs it out left side, downfield. Stills across the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Rock and roll. Houston strikes first.
That's why you take the ball.
They just let Kenny Stills release down the field. They made the Chiefs think that they were going to throw one out to Hopkins, and usually that guy is used as a blocker.
Let's go. Let's go. Every time we scoring. We scoring every time.
In the first quarter, it seemed like the Texans did score every time they touched the ball.
And the Texans block it. It's loose at the 10-yard line. Lottie to the right side, the 5. He's in. Touchdown, Houston. Oh, God. My goodness, what a start for the Texans.
And the Texans have stunned the Chiefs here. It is 14-0 Houston.
This crowd is silent right now.
Back deep is Tyreek Hill.
That's when you know it's a big possession.
Good punt.
It's high, it's deep, and Hill drops it. And there's a scrum for him.
I got that. We got it. That's our ball.
And the Texans have it. Houston has the ball, 1st and goal.
Damn, I gave him a freebie right there, bro. Can't believe it.
Deshaun to throw over the middle. Got a man. Fells. Touchdown, Houston. Up 3 TDs to nothing.
Oh, my.
And the Texans open up a 21-0 lead.
Let's do something special. Let's do something special. They already count the out. One play at a time, do something special. Let's get it, man. We got everything we want. We just got to make the plays.
Kansas City trailed 24-0 before finding the end zone early in the second quarter. The Chiefs' first touchdown signaled the start of a lightning-quick momentum shift. 10 minutes of football that electrified one team and shocked the other.
Now Hardman is back to take this punt from Brian Anger.
8:32 to go, second quarter. That's a fake punt. They fake the right side and it's tackled. Short of the first down. Dirty Dan Sorensen would not be fooled.
I agree with being aggressive, but when you have a 24-7 lead, sometimes just having a drive end in a kick is okay.
The Chiefs right here, they've got to take advantage of this.
Mahomes steps up, being pressured, fires it late, caught, Kelsey dives, touchdown! Kansas City on the near side. The Kansas City Chiefs have scored 2 touchdowns in a span of 2 minutes and 49 seconds.
24-14, game on.
Returnable type kick. Carter, it veers to the right. Ball's out, picked up by Thompson. Thompson 15 to the 10. He's down to the 8-yard line. And the Chiefs had first down and goal to go at the 6. Mahomes holding it, now fires it late. Kelsey gets into the end zone. Touchdown! Kansas City! Houston 24, Kansas City 21.
We're still down 3, man. Come on. Hey, energy, energy, energy.
50 seconds remaining in the first half. Mahomes sprints out to the left side. He's holding it. He's going to try to hold it. Throws it late. It is caught in the... It's caught. Touchdown! The Chiefs take the lead. Let's go. What? Let's go. 10 game minutes ago, it was 24-0 Houston.
Hey, I don't understand how you know what I'm doing. I knew you were going to turn. There was nothing telling you I was going to do that. And the ball was in the air before I did it. That's what I wanted you to do.
Bro, we just put up 28 in the second quarter, right?
I don't care what they say. We are dominating them on every single play. We just keep dominating. Don't worry about talking. We just keep dominating every play.
In the second half, the Chiefs just kept scoring. And what could have been a lopsided loss turned into a runaway win.
Leans the shoulder in. Touchdown! 41-24, Kansas City after the Chiefs trailed 24-0. I'm not making it up.
Bro, it's bonkers. It's bonkers.
The action fake, left side throw, touchdown, Kansas City, Blake Bell. Blake Bell has never tasted the sweet nectar of the end zone until now. Another touchdown by Kansas City. That's 7 straight touchdowns.
He's like got beer all over me. On me, they're shaking, huh?
24 points? That's nuts. And then we scored 51? That's crazy. I think 41 unanswered.
And for the second consecutive year, the Chiefs will host the AFC Championship game.
Great game. You're a beast, man. Respect the hell out of you, man.
Hey, respect you. Good luck to you, bro.
Appreciate it. Hey, good game, man. This means the first of many, baby. We'll keep doing this. I'll coming all season, baby. That's a hell of a win, man. At our home, AFC Championship this week.
Take that, man.
Chiefs on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Down 24-0 early in the second quarter. They scored 41 unanswered points. At some point, somebody should have did something to stop.
Yeah, you're allowed to stop them on defense. Yeah.
So simply put, guys, how exactly did that happen?
Man, that's Kansas City.
Bill
Mahomes. Pat Mahomes, the best quarterback in the league.
Yeah.
Best offense they got rolling. Travis Kelsey got rolling. Bill O'Brien, the fake punt.
What about that fake punt? 24/7. I'm just asking.
Just
guys.
all of it. Just all of it. Just
24/7. Go ahead.
You just said in our opening segment that it comes down to like those small decisions.
Yes.
Okay. So when you look at Bill O'Brien and you're up 24/7 in Arrowhead. I played in Denver for 4 years. Okay. The hardest place in the National Football League to play in is in Arrowhead, especially when they're rolling. You're up 24-7 in Arrowhead and you run that fake punt. That's why you lost. And for that reason, I'm sorry to say this, you should fire yourself.
Oh, my God.
Come on.
No,
You're not showing.
Don't do that.
Come on.
I can't yell. Please stop it. Don't get me worked up.
We know you can't yell.
Hold on. You have shown that you're incapable of taking this talented team with the franchise quarterback, Deshaun Watson, to the Super Bowl. You need to fire yourself.
Well, then
right now.
I guess Andy Reid should have been fired many times.
Yeah.
You know, he's only taken 7 teams to the championship game, or what? I mean, 7 different times.
Tell me, Phil,
Brandon,
how did this happen?
You're allowed to stop them. You know, a lot of things happen. Yes.
Yeah.
Did that change momentum a little bit? The fake punt. I think it really. This is just me. The frustration, it's 21-0. I think Bill O'Brien wanted to go for it on 4th down to try to go to 28-0. He was talked into and he got mad, so they got that situation. The special teams coach came up to him and said, this is the perfect time to run the fake punt, and they went with it. It backfired, but you said it. You're allowed to stop them. And here's another thing. You're allowed to double-team Travis Kelce.
At some point.
I think you're allowed to, so you can stop him too. And let's don't forget, Mahomes, the best quarterback in football.
Absolutely.
I mean, he really is, and he's got a gold medal relay team out there running at receiver. I mean, it really is. They could probably win a gold medal if they were track guys. So that's how they made the comeback. And
look at their chemistry, where Kelce comes to him on the sideline and says, I don't know how you knew I was running that. That's when you know you have a great tandem.
Yeah, he's making up routes.
There, and you don't have to speak in language, you have to give him any hand signals. It's the body language.
Anybody gonna be able to stop them though? Like, I mean, it's
just
watching that this weekend.
It's crazy, right? Because it's interesting when you pay attention to. We all know this, right? Momentum is everything.
It's everything.
When momentum's change, when you get that crowd sitting down, quiet at home, you're doing a great job.
Yeah.
When you get that crowd back on their feet, 24-7, when you get that crowd and they stop that punt, here we go, right? And you know what that offense is. Once again, if you're going to do anything against the Kansas City Chiefs, make them go the long route. Make them go to long route.
How could you change momentum in a baseball game? Hit the batter or something? Really, I'm serious.
For me, like if I'm pitching, yeah. I mean, I would just come off and I would try. Like I started a fight this year. I did.
Oh man, that's fun.
No, I mean I did. Like I came off the mound, I was pissed we wasn't hitting, and I was really just mad because we wasn't scoring no runs. So I started a fight with another team. We ended up coming back. We scored a couple of runs, won the game.
Well, you know, maybe somebody should have done that. You know, when you look at that game for the Houston Texans, you know, somebody make a play to change momentum.
Yeah.
And really, I'm a big guy and believer in this. Coaches have to have plays for both sides of the ball going, I need to give my players some help. And you surprise the other team with that play to get you rolling again. We all know that.
Yeah.
When you're stuck, you need some help. It can't always just be, I'm going to beat the guy.
Early in the game, it seemed like that the Texans were going to have it rolling, too, because they blocked the punt. Like, just everything that you need
momentum
to win a big game like that on the road, it felt like they had that going.
Pat Mahomes made some big plays from last year's AFC Championship loss as well. Back to the highlights, and we move over to the NFC, Seattle. And a classic at Green Bay.
Ooh, look at that suit.
Boy, that suit is rough. I'm talking about rough. Woo.
Here we are in Green Bay. It's 23 degrees here at game time with a wind chill 15 degrees. Nobody cares right now.
Football weather. Football weather. Not just football weather, playoff weather.
This is what you pictured growing up, right? Playoff game in Lambeau.
You gotta love it. Lambeau Field, I like Wisconsin. Been here once or twice. Feels warm, doesn't it? Let's make it hot. Let's go one play at a time, man. Let's go.
In the first half, it was Aaron Rodgers who had the hot hand.
I try to tell him, bro. They ain't want to listen. It's supposed to be tough. It's supposed to be tough.
Bidding for more. Here's the handoff to Jones, fighting his way to the end zone. Touchdown!
Way to get in, baby.
Thanks for talking, Coach.
Oh, yeah, always. Great job, buddy. Keep it on.
To the end zone, touchdown, straight ahead run. They carved up a beautiful hole. Aaron Jones' second touchdown of the night. So the Packers now have a 21-3 lead.
Hey, we've been here before.
We've been here before.
I've been here with you before.
Let's go do it.
The last time I was here with you, we came out of that.
Sure did. Let me invite you again.
Russell has time. Now he throws a dart high, but reaching up and making a catch. Metcalf. Lynch in the backfield. Lynch gets the handoff, bounces off a tackler. He fights. He is in. Touchdown, Seahawks.
The Seahawks are joining the battle here.
We're coming back. We're coming back. Get ready. It's going to be a comeback. It's going to be one today. It's going to be us. Let's go do it. Come on. Let's go.
Seattle's comeback suffered a setback.
Pops it over the left side. Devontae wide open. Cuts it back right past Flowers. 10 to the 5 to the end zone. Touchdown, Devontae Adams. Big answer by the Green Bay offense.
Good call, kid. Great call.
Hey, great execution.
The Seahawks trailed again by 18, but Russell Wilson refused to surrender.
They cannot get a glove on Russell Wilson. They just can't do it.
Russ takes it, slides to his right side, looking to the end zone, looking. Now he fires a dart. Touchdown, Seahawks! Russ gets outside and waits for his receiver to uncover in the back of the end zone.
I know one person going to play hard. Damn quarterback. That's the only thing they're doing right now. They're scrambling. They can't protect us. All right? They can't run the football. So what are they doing? The quarterback is around.
Gonna throw it up over the top. How did he hang on to that ball? Lynch stays in the game. He gets the handoff, puts his helmet down, and he's in. Touchdown, Seahawks! Seahawks have closed this gap, 28-23.
Let's go, 2-4. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. Come on. Let's go. We're coming back, boys. Let's go get it. Going for 2.
2-point conversion makes it a 3-point game. Wilson takes, looks to throw, being blitzed and sacked.
Marshawn just could not get back over there to pick up the blitzer, and he knew it instantly.
We got a lot more to go. We're going to score. Oh, come on, man. Leave it all out there. Leave it all out there. Let's go get one. They counted us out. They counted us out. Let's go win this game. Let's go win this game.
The Seahawks have them right where they want them.
It's up to the defense, Rock. They haven't stopped the Seahawks in the second half yet. Rushes on. Wilson has had a sack. It is Preston Smith with a huge play.
The sack set up 4th and 11. With less than 3 minutes left, Pete Carroll chose to punt the ball back to Aaron Rodgers.
So here we go. You have a 2-minute, 32-second offense in you.
First down, send them out of town.
The Packers face 3rd and 8.
Lofts it over the right side. Devontae over the shoulder catch. Cross the 50. First down, Green Bay.
One more first down would end the game.
3rd and 9 for Green Bay. Huge play here for the Packers, because if anyone can pull off a miracle in this game, it is Russell Wilson. Jimmy Graham's got it. Stumbling close to the first down. He's got the first down. Oh, that was huge.
It was fun, man. He's short.
His shoulders hit the ground, I think, before he made the line. It's hard to tell.
After review of the play, the ruling of the field stands as called. First down, Green Bay.
And that'll do it.
Well, that hurt.
Hey! Come here, man.
Hey, I love you now, big dog.
I love you
Thanks
too,
for
man.
trusting me today.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate you, man.
I know. I appreciate
I've been
you,
doing right. Thank you.
I know. I appreciate you, man.
Love you, man. Played your ass off, man.
Yeah.
That was fun to watch. It really was. You took the game over.
What a season for these Hawks. And it's disappointing, I know, for them, as it always is when the season ends.
The Green Bay Packers have advanced to the NFC Championship game. And like confetti falling from the sky, it starts to snow here at Lambeau Field.
You know, I so wish that the audience would have listened to you guys while we're watching the highlights. They had CC laughing all over the place, talking about their baseball pedigree. But let me set the stage first of all and just say this. 2 huge third down conversions at the end of the game sealed the deal for the Packers.
Good.
Green Bay now has a date in the Bay Area. That's because on Saturday, the talented Niners crushed the Vikings. We're going to talk about both games for sure. But CC, Baseball players, Patrick Mahomes, baseball player Russell Wilson brought maturity to the table. Phil said, I've got some baseball pedigree too.
Yeah, he said facts are facts. He could have played in the big leagues too.
Man, Phil played with Jesus. Man, ain't nobody listen. Them kids wasn't born when Phil was playing baseball.
Well, that ain't nothing to do about me playing baseball.
It is something to do. You talking about bringing your book out here. I'm going to bring my book.
I was going to show you
How hard was they throwing back then? 88, 90-ish?
Probably, if you really threw it hard, probably high 80s back then.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
So you could have played back
Well,
then.
just answer the question, CC.
What do you mean? Don't go back then. If I was now, I would adapt.
Aaron Rodgers would be awesome as well because he could flat out throw it as well. Talk about that matchup, Seahawks and the Packers.
Look, man, this is a classic battle of Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers, right? And when you're watching the game, the first thing, everybody's saying the same thing. Whoever has the ball last wins, right? Because they know what it feels like, right? But when you listen to Russell on the sideline, we've been here before. We've been there before. There's nothing like playoff football, right? It's kind of what we've been talking about earlier, right? And you take those one mistakes, that one little mistake, that one little decision, right? I don't know if Jimmy Graham's is the first down or not, right? But I'm telling you, that's the classic rivalry of Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson. It's going to be around for a long time.
Yeah, that was fun to watch.
Yeah,
like you said, just two classic, quarterbacks, a great matchup. And like you said, at the end, whoever had the ball last was going to win the game. So
Russell Wilson has done it superbly all season.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Yeah. What is that with the Seahawks offense? They can't really get it done until they need to. But why they can't score points all the time?
Well, because they want to run the ball every play. Pete Carroll, run it. But that's the way they play. They start slow. They get towards the end of the game. It really panned out perfectly for the Seahawks. They got the football back, and they're driving, and then they have the drop pass. He gets sacked. But if Russell Wilson gets that football in that game with 4 downs to go to win, he's going to win the game. So those throws, you mentioned them, those throws by Aaron Rodgers saved the Green Bay Packers.
One of the things we have to really take in consideration, guys, all year, the Green Bay Packers defense, those ends, those Smiths.
Change the team.
The mentality of the way that defense is looked at now is totally different because those two guys.
Let me say this, Jay, before you talk, just because this goes to pitching. Aaron Rodgers, after the game, said, all week I had it, the ball felt great, and I was, he was talking about how good he was throwing the football. He goes, even in warm-ups, I knew it was going to be a good day. And I'll tell you what, watching the game, yesterday again, he was on target every time he had a chance.
Niners handled the Vikings, and make no mistake about it, there's some athletes on that defense for the Niners.
When you talk about a fast, aggressive, communicative defense, they do it better than anybody in the league.
You always make that point about communication of the defense.
Because that's what makes a defense that dominant. When you know your lanes, when you know where to stay, right? It's like you looking at your catcher saying, I'm throwing this one ball, and he says, no, I can't. No, you got to be on the same page. And when you watch them play, that D-line, when you watch their front seven, the way they play football, you watch how that one string, I always tell you about that shoestring, that defense on one string. Man, when them boys play football, keeping that, and them, oh my goodness, it's poetry.
Well, your family made you a Raiders fan, but you saying you should have been a...
No, Raiders fan.
Oh, still?
And listen, so I'm a 49ers expert, though. I've been hating the Niners my whole life, so I know that this is one of their better teams, and that defense is one of the better ones that I've seen.
That was a Ray Lewis reaction, boy.
You got serious.
I got to say this. Dee Ford being back for the 49ers defensive line is huge. Quan Alexander, their front seven, might be one of the fastest we've ever seen in the NFL. I don't want to overstate it.
Yeah, don't overstate it.
I know, but they are fast.
Real short. Though. The Packers lost, 38-7 in San Francisco?
Right. Yeah.
Can the outcome be different this time real quickly?
It's always different. It's always different. And the reason why it's always different because, once again, I think Green Bay has gotten better on defense.
What about that O-line?
Yeah, they got a lot to think about.
Okay. That's it. Let's be honest. Back, Ray said, I got to think about it. Back to the highlights and the first game of the divisional round. The aforementioned Niners, and boy, did CC make it clear that he is still a Raiders man. The Niners pillaging the Vikings.
He's telling you to bring a pitching thing in. We done asked for a pull-up bar the last.
And the pull-ups was the last time I was here. You're supposed to be doing the pull-ups.
The last time you was here.
Hey, you know what?
My goodness, man.
They're afraid to bring that damn thing in here.
I got you one for Christmas.
Hey,
what's going on? Welcome to a beautiful Saturday in Northern California. Vikings, Niners, playoff football is in the air.
It's another chance for us to be special. It's another chance for us to be who we are. And lock in and make them pay.
We have been raised for this moment. We have been raised for this exact moment right here. We're supposed to be here. If you want it, go get it. You ready?
You ready?
Let's go, dude.
What a great atmosphere for playoff football. This place is sick. That doesn't get old ever.
It's time to go. Go, man. Tear it out, dude.
Joe Cool represents their proud past.
Get him, buddy. How it going? How's it fun?
Jimmy Garoppolo was hoping to give the 49ers their first playoff win at Levi's Stadium.
Throws, it is caught by Kendrick Bourne! Touchdown! San Francisco!
That feels great, baby! Let's go, wake up!
Hey, great ball, Jim.
Kirk, he's going to loop one left side. Diggs caught it. 20, 10, touchdown!
Oh! Yeah!
41-yard touchdown by Stephon Diggs. Game tied at 7 in the first quarter.
That's like you did. Great drive, Kirk. Let's go. Let's just keep pushing, all right? Keep pushing.
Tight end George Kittle's pushing helped get the NFL's second-ranked rushing attack going.
You good, big guy? Hey, just give me a shove and I'll keep him. Run the ball!
San Francisco controlled the line of scrimmage and the clock, running the ball 47 times.
Well, I wish 91 was still in. I just took him for a ride.
They are just pounding, run after run after run.
Run it again! Run it again!
And it's the blocking up front that is really setting the tempo for this offense.
Woo! Rides, baby, all day long. Get your tickets.
They get the Coleman off the left side. Touchdown!
We got to stop this run.
Hey, if we could just keep running the ball, that'd be great.
They did. It was the Vikings who couldn't. For 27 straight minutes, Minnesota failed to get a first down.
Cousins back, throws on right, intercepted by Richard Sherman. Your best players are playing their best right now. The 49ers are trampling the Vikings.
Go! We gotta score! Put them away!
The 49ers outrushed the Vikings 186 yards to 21.
Gonna give it to Coleman on the shotgun run for an 8th consecutive run. Touchdown! Just running all over them.
Keep fighting, man. That's all you got to do. Keep fighting. Right now, we need to put the pocket on top of the quarterback. You guys earned the right to rush. Now let's go get him. All right, you earned this.
Kirk Cousins was sacked 6 times.
That was one of the coolest things. They chanted him.
Rookie Nick Bosa and the defense held Minnesota to 147 yards.
There's nothing more dominating from one side and humiliating from the other when you cannot stop the run.
Hey, y'all ran the ball well today. That's why y'all won.
We'll be rooting for you. I appreciate that, man. Go win it. Appreciate it.
All right, 1 down, 2 to go.
So as we come back to this segment here, what's the deal with Brandon and this whiteboard?
We've had one of the best shows ever because Brandon could not talk. So that's why.
That facial expression said it all right there.
Highest ratings ever.
Well, check this out. Brandon
Just nod
wants to
yes
make
or no, Brandon. That's all we want.
Brandon wants to make it perfectly clear when he selects a team, everybody will see that on his whiteboard. So we're going to talk about the conference championship games coming up here. But first, let's take a look at the standings. Brandon, even though they're blasting him, who's in first place?
Of course I'm in first.
Of course he says he's in first place. Ray is in second. And Phil, you had a chance to actually make up some ground, but last week you thought you had a lot more time.
Yes, I did. I miscalculated. I was Jethro, the Beverly Hillbillies.
Okay.
You know, what not right. But I'm just interested to see if he spells all the names right on that board.
Well, we're going to come to Brandon first since he is on. But keep this in mind. The control room said we have a wrinkle in your picking against the spread.
Oh.
The home teams are 7.5-point favorites. So as you pick the team, keep in mind that 7.5-point spread in favor of the home team. So up first, Brandon.
What?
Yep, absolutely.
Oh, why did you do that this week?
Why you got so upset?
What do you mean?
Now this is my picking now. Like, I'm good now. All the football guys do it now. I'm good now. I can hang now. We good now.
This is your strength.
This is my good, JJ.
Well, then let's get started then. So, Brandon, Packers at the Niners.
We got to pick against the
CC.
spread. Go ahead. We got to pick against the spread.
Exactly.
Oh, my goodness.
So I was
really?
going to go here.
Okay, you like the Niners.
I did.
Right.
And this is what I was going to say.
I like the blank.
Okay. So I'm gonna go with the Packers. They're gonna cover the spread. This is terrible. Why Pete do this? It's terrible.
What's terrible is hearing you talk. Let's just move on. So I'm going to go with the 49ers, and I'm going to take the 7.5 points. I think the defense of the Green Bay Packers will make this a really challenging game, but I think the 49ers, with that three-headed monster coming out that backfield, they're tough.
Well, say this is his strength. Hold on, let's give CC.
Right.
I like the Packers. I mean, I was going to pick the Packers anyway just because I'm a Raider fan. I'm never going to pick the Niners. But with that 7.5 points, I mean, you know, in the playoffs, I like the Packers.
Yeah, you know what I like? When he said the points were involved, he got all excited. I think you've done this before. I just don't know what you're doing on the weekends. You know, baseball players make a lot of money. And wait, who are you taking?
You're not going to question me. I've already put it on television.
You're taking the points.
Yes, I'm taking the 49ers.
You're taking the 49ers, giving the points.
I'm taking the 49ers. They're 7.5
Okay, you're giving the points.
Hey, listen, guys. Come on, Pete. Come on, Phil.
So who'd you take?
I took the Packers.
You took the Packers.
Look, now he's stuck because me and you picked.
No, I'm only one behind you.
Now he doesn't know where to go.
No, I'm taking San Francisco. I'm going to gain the game. I'm a big boy over there.
Look.
All right, here we go. Up next,
We're going to do the spread on this one, too?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, my God.
Let's start with CC first, and then we'll go back around the horn. Titans at the Chiefs.
I like the Chiefs at home. Just the way they rolled 51 points last week, 41
You like them
unanswered.
to cover?
I do like them to cover. You know, they can handle that weather. They playing at home.
They're 7.5 too, right?
7.5.
Yes.
I think they win big.
Ooh. You think they win big? Phil, come on. Since you're in last place, come on. Let's get you out the way. Go ahead.
No, go on there.
Get you out of the way.
Look. He want to pick opposite of Phil.
Well, of course I'm last. Come on.
Brandon's got the board.
Come on, you got
Jeopardy. Go ahead.
I can't pick right now.
Why?
I mean, this wrinkle just threw me off my game. Like,
oh no, you're
like you were on one. Come on.
He playing prevent offense right now. You don't want to take no chance.
You want to go first?
I'd love to go first. I'm taking the Kansas City Chiefs plus 7.5.
All right, we're coming back to Brandon. Now, go ahead, Phil.
No. I want to hear him.
Oh,
he's stuck.
Oh, that's right. He's playing games right now. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go with the Kansas City Chiefs too.
Okay.
All right, you're going to give the 7.5.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's how you say it. I'm going to give the 7. Tell him, CC. You're the expert in this. I'm taking the Tennessee Titans.
Look.
Yeah, of course you are.
Of course you are. You have nothing else to do.
I'm glad y'all picked together. Go ahead.
Why are you taking the Titans?
Because I'm going to catch up to them.
Even with such little time left.
I can do it.
If it weren't for that, what would your pick be? If
it doesn't matter. I'm doing what I'm doing right now.
Right now.
It doesn't matter, he said.
That's one of your own pet peeves.
You know, listen, got to try to win. Let's go.
All right, sounds good. Hey, folks.
We got another game so I can make it more great?
No, unfortunately, that's it. As we tape here on Tuesday, as we move to a serious topic here, everyone is feeling the aftershocks of the sign-stealing scandal. CC knows all about this. That has rocked Major League Baseball. Breaking the rules to gain a competitive advantage is a dark issue that certainly has confronted every sport, including football. Legendary baseball owner Branch Rickey once purported, "Luck is the residue of design." But what if gaining the upper hand is underhanded? And where is the line between gamesmanship and cheating? This week it was confirmed that the 2017 Houston Astros gained an advantage in winning the World Series through the use of technology to steal signals from opposing teams. Sound familiar? Think back to Spygate or Deflategate by the Patriots. Sports history is littered with so-called gamesmanship efforts. NASCAR's Clinton Boyer doctored his car before being red flagged. Legend has it, iconic Celtics coach Red Auerbach ordered hot air blown into the duct systems of the Lakers' pregame and halftime locker room. Name the sport? Here's an example. The Juventus Soccer Club admitted to handpicking its referees for matches and were forced to return 2 titles. Recruiting scandals have rocked countless NCAA basketball teams. Not so little leaguer Danny Almonte used his teenage ability to dominate the 2001 Little League World Series. But remember, he learned from his heroes on how to play the game. A-Rod, Jason Giambi, and Mark McGuire. But they weren't pitchers, you say? Then let's mention Gaylord Perry's spitball or Whitey Ford admitting to cutting a niche in the baseball for chicanery. Lance Armstrong built a legacy on performance enhancers and only got caught after he bullied his teammates to do the same. And then the wheels came off. But even that deception cannot challenge the 2000 Paralympic Spanish basketball team. After beating all of its opponents handily in the tournament, it was discovered that none of its players were intellectually disabled, as were their opponents. These are a few examples of those culpable. The saying goes, cheaters never win. But does that apply only to those who get caught? Only appropriate for us, since we have the Baseball Hall of Famer to be here, CC Sabathia, to talk with you. What did you first think when you heard the news about the Astros?
Yeah, it's weird. Like, it changes all the time. When I first heard it, I was upset. And then, you know, as the investigations went on, I was like, well, you know, we can't go back and play the games and blah, 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 whatever. But as more information starting to come out, I'm like, you know, we played a 7-game series in 2017, ALCS, and we lost really on kind of like one pitch. You know what I'm saying? So as everything's been coming out and the more facts that we get, it's getting frustrating, man, to sit here and know that, you know, late in my career, I probably could have had a title, you know, maybe 17 or maybe 18. But, you know, we got cheated, you know, out of you know, a team kind of doing something that's not within the rules of the game. It's
Your
crazy.
personal feeling, should the World Series title be vacated?
Yeah, that's something like, you know, we talked about earlier. I mean, I had never thought about that, but maybe, yeah. You know, I mean, why not? You know, I mean, when people were talking about, you know, them giving up the title, you know, you can't give it to the Dodgers, and obviously you can't give it to us in 17, but vacated, you know, you know, I wouldn't be mad at that. How do you feel about with the thing with the Patriots? And
yeah, but see, I think that's the thing that you get from an individual standpoint. You can kind of take someone's, you know, trophies or whatever it is, right? But from a team perspective, you can't. Like, you can't take a Super Bowl back and say, we're going to give it to somebody else, you know, when you're caught in that same season, whether it's Spygate, whether it's Deflategate, whatever it is. So you're on the other side of it saying, okay, what's really going to happen? Nothing, right? I mean, you find an owner who's a billionaire, $250,000, like, oh, okay, here, I give you that. Oh, right? So nobody really feels it, and the only people that really benefits from it is people who cheated. Right? And I just think it's a bad thing for the sports side of things when you really, everybody goes into the season the same exact way, right? And you say, play the game the way the game's supposed to be played. That's the one thing about when I played this game. I used to always say to people, man, beat me fair and square. You know, don't look for help.
Fair and square.
Yeah, that's why I'm fine with the harsh penalties. You know, they suspended the guys from the Astros for a year, and the guys ended up getting fired and stuff. But, I mean, it is what it is. What's to deter the next generation from doing this? You know, because players, they're going to try to get an advantage. You know what I'm saying? So if the organizations are held accountable, I think it'll make players be held accountable.
Speaking of generations, Phil, going back another generation as well, you guys dealt with that in the world of football where everybody was trying to get an unfair advantage, if you will. Is it cheating?
Yes. First off, when I heard this about baseball, you know, I don't think you can get the players because it was a management decision. The players had nothing to do with that. So they did the right thing in firing them and all that. And it's, you know, in baseball still in signals, that's part of the game.
That's part of the game.
That, you know, that's just being smart and good, whatever. But
not to use technology to do that.
Yeah, not to use technology, just in the sportsmanship way, I think. Oh, he's holding his glove, whatever that's all cool. But in football, steroids, that is cheating in many ways. One, you're probably saving your job by taking it away from somebody else, and those steroids you're using can cause injury to other people. So people don't take that into account. And I balked at first. I go, oh my gosh, we're gonna get tested for steroids, and then you realize it's a good thing.
Brandon, now you've got the whiteboard working in your favor. What do you think about this?
Well, I mean, you guys covered it. You guys are serious, and you know, I just want to go here.
Everyone cheats. Even Ray's suit guy. Oh my gosh!
I mean, he's not getting up. He's not giving up on that suit.
even if the suit was bad, which you can't dress, but even if the suit was bad, you got to think that I can replace the suit, but it's impossible to replace your hair. You come here every week looking like that.
Hey, I'd really like to hear what Ellen McGlynn would have to say about both of those topics. Hey, real quickly, from the deeply significant, we now switch to the sadly superfluous, if you will. It is time for Dear Insiders. Dear Phil, I'm a big fan of the show, but where I come from, we all know one thing. A man's word is his bond. So I've got to ask you, when are you going to do those doggone pull-ups?
Man, I'm tired.
Thanks in advance. CC Sabathia, right next to you.
I'm tired myself.
Yep. First off, don't come in here. Let me know when you're going to bring the pull-up bar in here.
I bought you one for Christmas.
Okay. Yeah.
Pete Radovich did.
He said it was the wrong one.
You got the wrong one.
Go ahead.
But, you know, when I do it, you know, I'm a sore winner.
Right? Yeah, sore winner.
So I'm going to rub it in, baby.
Pete Radovich confirmed it is the last show of the year. We'll find out if he'll invite CC Sabathia back because
I'm going to wear those shorts I wore in my exercise video, too.
I need Pete to bring me back because I want to be here for this.
Stephen Espinoza is here. Have the paramedics on call.
Folks, that is it for us. We thank you so much for watching. Enjoy your championship game Sunday, and we'll see you next week right here on Showtime. Paramedics, right?
The paramedics.
He's in great shape,
I promise you, he's talking about